Hey babes, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm gonna be doing this summer as fuck look because this is like what I need. Today was a really rough day, which I'll explain in my video. I'm going to be answering assumptions that you guys made about me on Snapchat and also Instagram, just so you guys can know a little bit more about me, just to correct you guys on some things. Really hope that you guys enjoy, and if you have any other assumptions, maybe I could do a part 2 so that I can make another banger video like this one. Wear this to be in your living room since we're all in quarantine. If you like to see how I achieve this look, you already know what to do. Go ahead and keep on watching. So we're gonna go ahead and get started because honestly all I've been doing is just procrastinating, and I don't know if you can hear it, but there's music going on in the background for the simple fact that my neighbor loves to play music when I'm about to record, and I've been trying to wait, and I've literally waited an hour long just to see if he would stop playing music and see if like it will calm down, but it continued and there's not really much I can do about it. If YouTube decides to demonetize this video, it is what it is. For today's look, I actually did 2 looks and I did not fuck with both of them. I did a purple like bluish look, did not fuck with it, and then I did like a halo eye, did not fuck with it, and I was like, I'm feeling red and a cut crease. So we're gonna use this girl today. This is the BH Cosmetics Daisy Marquez palette, which is my favorite palette for like a really pigmented yellow and a really pigmented orange, which is clearly what we have here. The shadows that they formulated works amazing, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this bad boy today. For the first shade I'm gonna lay down is gonna be the yellow, so I'm gonna go ahead and just tap this right onto my crease. I'm actually gonna put tape on my eye because I do want this to be very sharp, and I'm not doing winged liners, so I want the glitter that I'm gonna apply to be very sharp and to leave this look clean. Grab whatever tape you're using or whatever you have on deck. Shit, if it's duct tape, use what you gotta use. No, I'm just kidding. That shit will rip off your skin. Do not use duct tape. Tap this right into my crease and blend out. I honestly don't know what has been wrong with me for the past couple of days. Like, I'll be getting this rush of like motivation and creativity, so I'll take those days to work on a look or create content, yada yada yada, and then like the next day it'll be like the only switch up and I will be procrastinating so much like I did today, and then I really just lose track of time. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if being in the house is actually really getting to me or what, but something is happening and it's so freaking annoying. I honestly hear my neighbor downstairs playing video games. I feel like he's playing like Need for Speed or something because I hear like mad loud. Can you lower it down a bit? Like, Jesus, why do you need it that loud? Why does he need it that loud? The next shade I'm gonna dip into is this orange shade, and it's called Karma. I'm taking that on the ColourPop E21 brush, taking that and tapping that right into the crease until I build up the color and blend it out. Do you hear how loud he is getting? I feel like he's just getting more and more louder, and I'm like gonna be forced to stop because honestly this is like going over my voice and I'm just so damn annoyed at this point. Like, you guys don't even understand. I'm gonna be taking the yellow shade again on the fluffy brush and blending that in to make that yellow visible again, and also to blend out that orange.
3:28 a.m.
It's been like 45 minutes later and I've literally had like 5 mental breakdowns, but we're good now. Clearly he stopped playing like Need for Speed or whatever he was playing, and he cut down on the music, so we're good to go. I actually wanted this look to be way more red, so I went ahead and used the 39L Hit the Lights palette, and I'm gonna take like these red shades up here and kind of just mix all of them, more so like this brown one right here and also like these reds. The brush that I'm using for for this is the ABH one. As you can see, this is just deepening it up and blending into that orange shade. For those wondering, like, when the hell is she gonna start reading assumptions, I'm gonna do it when I'm doing my face makeup. Me telling you guys like what to do comes up like this, and the steps don't take me long either, so I don't want to continue like interrupting what I'm trying to say. I feel like the face is a longer process. Anyways, to go ahead and cut the crease, I'm gonna be using the CoverGirl Undercover True Blend Concealer in L400 Classic Ivory. I am finally running out of this bad boy and I'm dying to go makeup shopping. I am terrible at picking out my shade, especially now that I'm so pale. I know my shades so well when I'm tan, but when I'm pale, it's like I don't know anything. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease fully. I do want that full cut crease moment, so you guys always ask for tips on how to cut the crease, and honestly the only tip I have is for you to use a really good brush that's very thin. Personally, I love the Wet n Wild concealer brush and it only goes for $1. So like, moving on to the lid shade, I'm going to use the Yes Please palette by ColourPop. You can honestly use whatever you have. I'm literally going in here to mix two shades, which is this like really pastel bright yellow and this gold shade right here. Mixing those two really gives me the color that I want, and you guys know that I'm always mixing my eyeshadows because I'm like so anal about the color combo. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap that right into the concealer. Moving on to glitter, because clearly that's like the star of the show with any look. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Low. You can get this at Walmart. I don't really fuck with the dual one. I do fuck with this one heavy. I definitely recommend this one. I'm just gonna spread this all over the lid so that the loose glitter can stick. The loose glitter that I'm using is honestly from, I believe, Amazon. I bought it in a pack and it came with so many different colors. I've been had this for years. Moving on to lashes, I am finally using something other than my Flutter and Loves. This is London Lashes. Here is what they look like. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bad boys on and I'll be right back. I'm gonna be using the Pixi Skin Treats Milky Tonic Toner. This has to be my favorite toner because it really does plump up my skin almost, and I love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just squirt a little bit on a napkin. The first assumption that I seen was that I'm an only child, and honestly I am not. I am one of 5. I have 4 older brothers. I am the youngest and I'm the only girl. I am the only child from my dad. Me and my brothers all have the same mom, and I never consider my brothers like step brothers or like half brothers. Like, we still share the same blood, we have the same mom. Half brothers don't really sit well with me. It's kind of like you're just my brother, like, period. Let me know if you guys feel like that as well. But moving on to moisturizer, I'm going to be using the PureBeauty what? These products combined really make my face look so juicy. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. Bomb. I definitely recommend this. The next assumption that I see is that you have another job. I don't, honestly, for right now. Months back in December of 2019 and going into January, I was doing like part-time gigs, kind of just to have another source of income for the fuck of it. At the time I did, but as of right now, I'm not doing any other gigs, obviously, because of what's going on. So this is my only job, and it has been for a while. The only other job that I've had was back in like 2015 for summer youth employment, and I was literally 15 years old. That lasted for the summer of 2015, and that was literally my only like 9-to-5 kind of job. And ever since then, I've been finding ways to make money on my own, which is a blessing, and I'm so appreciative to even have this kind of lifestyle. Not saying that I live lavish, but I'm just blessed and very fortunate to have this kind of situation. By the way, guys, I'm using the Makiage Foundation in the shade 95 Woke Up Like This. Super freaking bomb. It makes your foundation look like skin. You guys are about to see. So another assumption that I'm seeing is everybody loved you in high school. Looks like you were such a chill, laid-back vibe. I can agree with that. Definitely not that everybody liked me in high school. I'm gonna tell you guys about a experience that I had in middle school. I don't really open up about this. I was kind of just closed off from everyone. To answer your question, no, not everybody liked me in high school. Like I explained in my last video, I don't fuck with the fake shit. and that was literally all there was in high school, and people who literally talked shit about me. Nonetheless, in high school I was starting off my makeup career, and you guys know when you do your makeup bag because you're just starting out and you're just starting to learn. So maybe your eyebrows are big as fuck, maybe your contour is heavy and dragged out because you're still learning. Now everybody's in my DMs like,
remember me from high school? Oh, I never used to say hi, but I used to see you around.
And it's like, no, you were the same ones to talk shit about me, about my makeup, and about how I look. As you said, I am very laid back, and I guess you guys can kind of tell in my videos when I'm talking, and I'm just a very calm ass person. So I was the type to just go to school and do my work and leave. Freshman year I kind of did have a lot of friends. I kind of skated off and it didn't really go anywhere. So before I jump into the story time about middle school, I'm gonna go ahead and contour, highlight, and blush up my face. And to do that, I'm going to be using these products. This one is the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer in the shade Light Medium Too Faced, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop Stick Blush to go ahead and blush up my face. These are all cream products, and this one is in the shade Under Pressure. And then of course the contour, I'm using a oldie but a goodie. This is the LA Colors Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze, which is a really good shade to contour in. As you guys can see, this is where I contour and highlight at. Moving on to the story time. In middle school, we basically had a set classroom for every subject. And we had like different classmates or the same classmates for every subject depending on who you were put with in your class. We would have desks that had like the pencil holder and the like desk where you put your textbooks at. People was pressed about me and talking shit about me. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I was literally almost like the only blanquita one in the school. I don't know what the hell, but majority of the people who were bullying me were people of colored skin that felt like they could basically push me around. It was literally only them. It was history class, and I remember my history teacher's name was Mr. Super, and I took out the history textbook from under us that we needed for that class. And so I went to open it. They basically wrote shit about me like Anais looks like a rat. I vividly remember reading that. It was like,
Anais looks like a rat, Anais looks like this, she looks like that, she looks so fucking ugly, she needs to get hit by a car.
Like literally so much vulgar, mean, rude shit. And it would be like flip to page 100 for more, and you'll flip to page 100 and it will just have a whole list of shit that I'm a thought and how I want their mans. And it's just like, I was so fucking young, I didn't want no one's mans. Like, and here I am like flipping through the pages of the textbook, like looking around at everyone just sitting in this classroom like, who the fuck? I have no idea who's actually writing this. That's when I became allergic to the fake shit, honestly. And there's so many other incidents that happened in middle school, but that's just one of them that has stuck with me for so long, for the simple fact that I took that textbook home and I started reading it on a day-to-day basis, blaming myself. Those were people who were just hating and trolling, and at the time I didn't see it like that, and I really just kept it to myself. It honestly just saddens me because I was just so small, like compared to how I've grown now. Just look back and I'm like, why? Like, what the hell? Clearly the people was pressed about something. If you want to talk shit about me, go ahead and talk shit about me if that's what you want to do. If that's what makes you feel better at night and makes you go to sleep, then so be it, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Middle school has shaped me so much. I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. Like, these people are irrelevant. They're no longer in my life. I mean it when I say don't trip about shit that's irrelevant 5-10 years later. You know what I'm saying? So for powder, I'm gonna use an oldie but a goodie as well. I loved this when I first started out doing my makeup. This is the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. I love the extra coverage one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bake and set my face with it. So the next assumption that I see that someone commented is, you smoke. I actually answered this in one of my previous videos. I believe it's the sushi mukbang. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll link it up here. I haven't smoked since April 1st to be exact, and that's actually because I do have asthma, so it's just not beneficial for me right now, especially during this time where corona is around. I do have a lot of self-control, and obviously my health is way more important than any of that, so I did stop for the time being, especially because the allergies mixed with the asthma mixed with the smoking, it doesn't really help and benefit me at all, and I just rather wouldn't. And plus, when I would, it would be to go to sleep, like before I go to bed, or just for fun. I would never do it before, you know, I'm doing a video or something, because honestly I used to smoke a lot of indica and it would just put me at ease and put me to sleep, and it would give me an appetite on days where I was really worked up and didn't have an appetite. But as of right now, I'm not smoking, and yeah. I'm baking at the moment, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this off at this point. And as you guys can see, while I was baking, I took the time to do my drop shadow. I put yellow first, the orange that we used, and then the red at the end, and a little highlight in the corner, and that's pretty much it. I like to use the time that I'm baking to go ahead and do my drop shadow. This brush right here is super bomb. This is the Sephora Pro Contour Blush Brush. For blush, I'm going to be using ColourPop's Pressed Powder Blush in Coast to Coast. This is literally still new. Like, I still have the plastic. This is pretty. So now, of course, first some spray. I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Hyaluronic acid is where it's at, period. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Someone assumed, oh, I can get this open. Someone assumed that I'm 19, and I am. I'm turning 20 this year, September 14th. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Virgo, okay? Proud Virgo. For highlight, I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunna Hyper Glow in the shade Pearl Crush. Super affordable and inexpensive highlighter that is super bomb, so look at that. I'm lip lining my lips with Carly Bybel's lip liner in Bybel. This is like my go-to everyday liner. For my lips, I want a matte nude that doesn't do too much, but I want the eyes to speak. So I'm gonna be using the Pixi, I cannot talk, it's like 3:30 in the morning right now. Matte Last Liquid Lipstick in Pastel Petal. This is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I may just opening up more about me. If you guys like videos like this, then let me know in the comments down below. I can do like a part 2 of answering your assumptions. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe. You already know what the fuck is up, period. See you guys in the next one. Bye.